Hello, my name is Julia. I'm an expert, an empath, and life coach. And today I'd like to reflect with you on the topic of self sabotaging and how to tame it in order to be productive and to enter the flow of our best lives. I used to struggle with procrastination, with self sabotage, and self doubt. And a lot of times I missed out on things I would have loved to take part in and that I regretted not initiating and taking to completion. And a few weeks ago, I observed a dynamic within myself when I was struggling to convince myself to go to a gallery tour I had booked in advance. And I could see my mind coming up with 1,000 excuses, such as the car is too far away, the weather is too hot, and so on. And then I ended up going willingly and making the most of the day. Same week, I observed a similar dynamic regarding some chores, including in a book I'm studying. And in the end, I did do the chores without dragging my feet. And now I'd like to elaborate a bit on how I got to overcome my self-sabotaging tendencies. The way I see it, taming self-sabotage is similar to befriending a cat. We need to be grounded in our own energy and we need to be very good at boundaries. We must get in touch with the volume of our self-doubt, deepening the knowledge of our dark side, of our shadows and unexpressed energies, acknowledging the power of our inner know until we can decide freely where to go, what to do, what to take action in, will align our actions with the direction of our spirit and the purpose of our soul. Just like befriending a cat, making the exchange magic and spontaneous. So rather than chasing and forcing, I started to sit with all the different voices inside of me, like an inner parliament of different stances, giving each one a voice, acknowledging the good point, being open to good ideas, to sensible stances, instead of just shutting them down, which is similar to being with a cat. And rather than pushing and forcing it, being open to its unpredictable way of approaching us moment. And in the same way, we can be open to an unpredictable stroke of genius, a good idea, the mysterious source of our inspiration, a good insight. And that way we can see ourselves more open to the challenge that we're procrastinating, because there's no more reason to rebel since we're not forcing. And so by being heard, our different stances will succeed, be more reasonable, and not push us back that much. In a way, it's like we are harvesting the boycotting of our self-sabotage. It's very interesting to be observed and hilarious to experience. When I allow myself the chance of not doing something, all of a sudden I feel like doing it. I don't know if it happens to you, but I hear it's pretty common. And that way the form of rebellion, self-sabotage stands for, fizzles away, subsides, and becomes just an insight we have learned from after having such a democratic approach to our different needs, our different stances, things we have heard and learned about ourselves, about the environment around us, because we still are in touch with what we want. And so if the action we need to take is aligned with what we want to manifest, the enthusiasm will emerge again, integrated with our all urges and desires and needs that were not wrong per se. There was no bad side of us, There were just conflicting directions, and we took a moment to untangle them and get in the direction of what we want to get done without the need to drag our feet or show up without having the intention to be fully there, which in a way would be a form of energetic self-sabotaging anyway. So by practicing this way of observing and coming to terms with all sides of ourselves, open to good points coming from all directions, and yet connected to the vision of life we want to manifest, we will manage to tame self-sabotage and flow into a serene and productive life that will be sustainable and pleasant. And by the way, of course, as we deepen our own knowledge and the way we can deal with our different inner voices, the more we will be capable of shortening this bargaining phase. If you enjoy this content, you might be interested in this video about how the way we speak can dramatically shift our interactions and the way we show up in the world. And if you'd like individual sessions with an intuitive approach to coaching, please book a spot to my website. Thank you very much for hearing me out, and see you next Saturday. Ciao!